Jean-Marc Vallée said he's the leading character in all his films, which makes him an interesting guy because he's made movies about cowboys, Queen Victoria, and a gay teen obsessed with David Bowie.
This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door.
So who is he really? Well, Jean-Marc grew up in Montreal at a time when the city was exploding with revolutions, both quiet and loud. He was a shy kid, a bit of an outcast who dreamed of becoming a rock star. Now, while studying to become an accountant, Jean-Marc became fascinated by films like Harold and Maude.
Much of the world's sorrow comes from people who are this, yet allow themselves to be treated as that.
And once you get into movies like that, you become fascinated with the possibilities of a new kind of storytelling, rebellious, filled with heart, and of course, music. And music is throughout all of his films. It plays a big role in that picture, C.R.A.Z.Y, which is a coming-of-age story set in the Montreal of his childhood. That won 11 Genie Awards and might just be the finest picture ever made. He then teamed up with producer Martin Scorsese to transform the young Victoria, this time into a rebel queen.
You've no experience. You're like a china doll walking over a precipice.
Well, then I must smash, for it's too late to mend my ways now.
Now he's got a new film called Café de Flore. It's a love story between a man and a woman and between a mother and her son. It's a love that is complicated, it wounds, it can also heal, and it poses a big question that I wonder if you can relate to. How do you deal with falling in and out of love? And can you be soulmates with two people? All of these questions that keep us up at night come out in this film as well.
If it's a soulmate, it's not supposed to end, right? It's not supposed to happen twice in a lifetime.
Please welcome Jean-Marc Vallée. Nice to see you. Very good. Thank you. Congratulations on another really, really good film.
Yeah, thank you.
This film's got a lot of personal pressure. And it's, you know, we're raised with this belief that there's the one.
Yeah.
The one. And then when you, if you're lucky enough to meet the person that you think's the one, and they think you're the one, you feel like you've won.
Exactly.
But what if there's the two?
Well, that's well put. That's what the film is about. Finding, when you're romantic, you're in love, and you believe that you find the one, your soulmate, and then you have kids, and 20 or so, 25 years later, you meet someone else, and it's too strong that you gotta break the family and do it again, or just go there.
Was there any of you in this, in the feelings of this guy?
Yeah, because I went through a divorce and 8 years ago, and of course I think I came up with this story to exercise the thing and the sadness and the feeling, the pain, because it happened. Yeah. That's the most personal aspect of. Yeah, that's what I tried to tell and you know what? The funny thing is, I feel good.
Yeah.
That I've done it.
So there's some sort of catharsis in it?
I think so, yeah. I feel good that I went there and I had to do it in order to breathe, like the song says.
Music speaks to everybody, obviously, but in this film, when you go back to the 60s, there's a young mother, Vanessa Paradis, and her son has Down syndrome, and that song, Café de Flore, plays a big role. Why the choice to have a single mother with a kid with Down syndrome in the film?
Because Down syndrome kids, they're just pure love, man. They're just and boule d'amour, you know. They're so demonstrative, so expressive, and when you have Down syndrome kid in your life, you just whether you abandon or you make it your life, it becomes your mission. So it was giving a very strong reason for this mother to aim for the right thing and give this kid the most beautiful childhood, and then it has a link with the ex-wife in the present time, and so that's why Down syndrome.
Knowing that music is such a big part of your life, it's one of the few moments when you first see one of your parents not be your parents, but be the kid that they were, is the first time you maybe walk in the kitchen and you catch your mom or your dad dancing or singing a song or something. Do you remember when you were a kid, when you saw one of your folks identify with music?
Yeah. Yeah, well, my dad used to be a DJ in radio stations, and I grew up with records all over the place, and he was always playing music and dancing with my mom often also, just having fun. And today, I wonder if he was just doing, no, he was doing it for real. Because sometimes I was wondering, was he doing this for his children too? You know, because...
But look at it, you're a romantic and you're telling stories of love, probably because you saw that expression of love.
Oh yeah, oh that's for sure. They have a song, you know, What a Difference a Day Makes, from Dinah Washington. It's my parents' song. My mother passed while I was shooting Café de Flore, but this song, and funny enough, when I arrived and first met Vanessa Paradis in Paris, I was in a restaurant and where she goes often, and this song was playing, and I said, oh God, my God, you know, I just lost my mom, and the song is playing, and her character's name is Jacqueline, just like my mother, and then she arrives and went, oh my God, this is my favorite song from my favorite singer. And went,
too close to home.
Spooky, spooky.
Losing your mother is one of the most significant things that can ever happen to you.
Yeah.
While you're making a film.
Yeah, I know. It was a tough one.
When you go back to work, I mean, what's that hole like?
That's the thing about cinema. When I shot C.R.A.Z.Y, the mother, the actress, Danielle Prou, who was playing the mother, we were shooting a very important scene, and she received a phone call. Her mother just passed. So she went to the hospital to see her brothers and family, and she came back an hour later to shoot the scene we had to shoot. And so when I lost my mom, I thought about that actress and went, okay, we got to do it. We got to finish the scene, and we got to do this. And let's mourn. Let's put the emotion a little bit for later. And
does the rest of your family understand those choices?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What's the biggest lesson you learned from your mom?
Yeah, go out there and do it.
And that's the lesson you have to impart upon to your children too, right?
I think so. Yeah.
You do direct your son from time to time.
Yeah.
I assume when you're doing that, you're not always his director, you're his dad.
Yeah, I know.
What's that exchange like? How do you feel when you watch him go and nail a take?
It's funny, yeah, it's funny. Particularly in Café de Flore, he had to French kiss this girl for a minute. And,
a very pretty girl.
And and I'm like, action? And I'm not sure I should watch, and you know, I'm like, weird, man. That's weird, yeah. Kiss her, more. That's weird, man. That's really weird.
That's a therapy moment for him later. His big French kiss in front of his father, and his father coaching him. What's the next film for you? And what song is inspiring it?
I don't know which one I'm on. It might be an American project, or I'm doing. I have this script called Shoe Business, not Shoe Business, and music from the '70s, disco music.
Set in Montreal.
Set in Montreal. Nice. Unless it becomes an English-speaking film, it might evolve into it. I don't know yet.
There's a little bit of that in this Café de Flore, a little bit English-speaking as well.
Yeah, the character is bilingual.
Really good. Café de Flore is one of the finest films that premiered at the Film Festival in Toronto this year. Jean-Marc Vallée, we'll be right back.